Hey everyone, this is Andy from Gizchina, and today we're going to take a look at the latest Cubot Note S. This is a budget phone from the Chinese phone maker. So this is the packaging that the Cubot Note S comes in. It's just a plain white box with a Cubot logo on the front. It says on the side, stop following, take the lead. So I guess Cubot feel that they're taking the lead in the budget market with this phone. On the rear, it mentions a few details of the phone. It says it's got a 5.5-inch HD display with a 1280x720 resolution. It's running a MediaTek MT6580 chipset. That's a quad-core 1.3 GHz processor. And it means that it won't get LTE support, but it does support 3G. We've got Android, but it doesn't mention which version of the operating system it's using. We've got 2 GB of RAM, 16 GB of internal memory, micro SD card support, 8 megapixel rear camera, and a 5 megapixel front. So let's take a look inside the packaging. So it just slides open as so. And we've got the Cubot Note S inside. It's the white version of the phone. And as you can see, it's nice and protected in this plastic. It's quite a thick plastic cover. It's similar to what Vivo and Oppo ship their phones in. And if we take the phone out of here, you'll see that it's got a rubber cover, a silicone rubber cover on there as well. So there's the Cubot Note S, and it has this removable cover. Pop that off. So a silicone protector already in the box. So let's take a look at what else is inside the box before we take a look at the phone. So we just lift this off, and we've got a Cubot Quick Start Guide. This is in English, and it's just a basic rundown of all the Android features. So if you are buying this for someone who hasn't used an Android phone before, this is their first smartphone, this is quite a nice little guide to have. There are no earbuds inside here, but we do have a USB cable for charging the phone and also for transferring data. And we've also got a charger here as well. It's not a quick start charger, it's just a standard standard EU charger. Let me just open it up to show you. There you go, it's an EU standard charger. I assume if you buy this in other countries such as the UK, obviously China, and other parts of the world, you will get a different mains plug too. Alright, so this is the Cubot Note S, the phone itself. We've got a 5.5-inch HD display, 1280x720 resolution, 5 megapixel camera on the front. We've got a 2.5D glass curved screen on here. We've got capacitive buttons on the chin for the Android system. And as you can see, we've got quite a narrow chin, and we've got this quite narrow forehead as well. It appears that the phone is a bezel-less design, but obviously this being a budget phone, that's not the case. And you can just make out there are black borders around the display. And you'll see those a little bit better once we turn the phone on. We've got a 5 megapixel camera there on the front. On the rear, we've got an 8 megapixel camera, a single LED flash. We've got this grill here for the speaker, the Cubot logo. On the side, we've got a power button and a volume rocker. And as you can see, it's a pretty thick phone. It's not a thin phone at all, but it is a budget device. At the top, we've got the micro USB and 3.5mm headphone jack. We've got nothing in the base, and we've got nothing on the left-hand side either. So obviously the rear panel is removable, so we can get at the micro SD card and SIM card slots. This chassis around the edge, it's a metal look finish. It's not actual metal. I was just checking then to see if it felt cold, but it's not. It's a plastic chassis with a gold metallic finish to it. Alright, let's just pull the rear off the phone and see what's inside. So we've got this large Cubot logo there across the battery. I need to remove that so I can take off the sticky tape that is covering the connectors. So let's pull that off. And this battery, what does it say? It's a, 4150 mAh battery. And as you can see, it is quite a big battery. It's quite long. You can see it's a pretty massive battery in my hand. It's pretty thick too. So I am hoping that this is the correct battery size that they're mentioning on the specs. You can see here we've got micro SD card there. We've got space for dual SIM cards as well. And there's that speaker at the back. So although we've got this large speaker grill, there's only a speaker on the left hand side of it. Okay, let's pop the back on and take a look at the phone. Turned it on. So let's hit the power button and it should boot up. There we go. Whoa, really, really bright. Let's turn that brightness down once it's on, you can see we've got these black borders around the display. They're quite thick. We've got like maybe a 3.5mm border around the edge of the display. I do apologize, it is an extremely bright screen, so the camera is having trouble dealing with the changes in light. But once the phone is powered on, there we go, we'll turn the screen brightness down. Okay, so there we go, there's the lock screen. Let's unlock it, and this is the Android system that this phone is running. I'm going to turn the brightness down. It's super bright. So even 3/4 of the way, it's pretty damn bright. That's full brightness, but we'll turn it right down so you can see it better on the video. There we go. So this is it. This is the Android operating system. You can see it's not stock. We've got these different icons here. We do have an app drawer, which I'll just open up, and you can see what we've got. I'm just going to turn that down a little bit more because you can't quite see it. There we go. You can see that we've got a few Google apps already in here. We've got Google Chrome, we've got Google Settings, Gmail. We also got the Google Play Store. So there's no messing around with rooting it or installing Google services. If you look in the settings, oh, there we go. It's an interesting feature. It has Hot Knot built in. And if you're not sure what Hot Knot is, basically it's a bit like NFC, but it's MediaTek's version. And you touch two phones together, screen to screen, that have Hot Knot built in, and that will transfer files, phone numbers, contact details, and other bits and bobs. If you go to About the Phone, we're running Android 5.1. You can just see that there. And you can just check out those black borders around the screen. I mean, this is a budget phone. I think it goes for about $80, so we can't expect too much in the design department, but it is nice to see that huge battery and the inclusion of a Hot Knot. If we just go back into the settings and just check what languages it supports, should have all the usual languages. Yeah, it's got full support for all the usual Android languages in there. Let's have a quick look at this rear camera. So this is the 8-megapixel rear camera. It's a bit low light in here today. It's a bit gloomy outside and we don't have much light about. So, we're not expecting super good results from this. There we go. The flash is already on. There you go. So, it's just a normal, basic budget Android smartphone. The camera, I'm sure, will do pretty well in bright conditions, but as you can see, it's a little bit slow when it's dark. Any other notable features? Not really, that's about it. So 2.5D display. Oh, it's already got a screen protector on here, as already applied, which is nice. So that will keep the screen nice and protected. Okay, keep your eyes out for a full review of the Cubot Note S coming very soon on Gizchina. Thanks all for your time and see you all soon. Bye-bye.